Welcome to Get Triggered. Rayshawn Blyden here. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. Are you one of those neighbors who have an immaculate backyard and it's just mint? You keep everything really nice and your property value is to the roof? What if you have someone who doesn't necessarily have a nice backyard? They're not able to hire landscapers like you do. How would you feel about them? Would you be triggered that they're causing your property value to go down? If you are, I apologize because I am one of those guys. Not by choice. I live in a really nice area, and yeah, everyone can afford to have landscapers come in and do their yards. I cannot. I have bought equipment. I try to keep it up, but I am not good at it. You can't be good at everything. So my yard looks like there's spots everywhere. I got dogs, obviously they run, and there's dirt spots everywhere. The bushes that, you know, goes around the property line, they look like someone's had a bad hair day. It's just everywhere. So yeah, I'm not good at that stuff. Obviously, if I could afford to get a landscaper, then I would. But I can clearly see when it comes to summer, especially, because winter is not as bad. It's covered in snow. There's no grass, so I don't get the dirty looks as much. But when the spring hits and everyone's planting and their yards are looking immaculate and mine look like crap, yeah, I get the dirty looks. They're like, this guy need to get out of here. And I feel bad. I just don't have the money to do it. I, you know, and I'm not going to hire an illegal either. They can go back to wherever they came from. Not going to do that. The guy who's right next to me, he's Jamaican, and so Jamaicans, I gotta say, they look up for Jamaicans. So I mean, he hires. I could see that he has Jamaicans that does his yards. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. You know, I had another neighbor around the way there. He used to invite me to drink beers when I used to drink, and I would have gone there, but he made an assumption. He thought that I am in the 90% percentile of black men or black people who are Democrats and have TDS syndrome. Trump derangement syndrome. He assumed that I had that, and he embarrassed me in front of my friend. I had a friend that's, he's a Trump supporter like I am. I invited him over, and we were having a great time. In fact, I was just bragging on how nice my neighbors are, and they always invited me over for beers, and I feel bad that I don't go. So I don't know what happened that day. It was something that I don't know that the left was going after Trump and they got him or whatever, and he started saying, F Trump or something like that, and he, he didn't realize the hat I was wearing. It wasn't, you see, well, I don't have it in here, but I have a camouflage Trump hat, but he couldn't see it from how far back he was. If it was the red one, he would have known, and he probably wouldn't have said what he said to me. But nonetheless, he said that I felt so horrible. Apologizing to my friend. I don't know if that had anything to do with our friendship ending. I don't think so. This other thing led to it. But the fact of the matter, it was embarrassing. I just said how nice my neighbor was, and there he goes being a jerk. But yeah, I don't drink anymore anyway. But he don't invite me anymore, and I just still wave hi when I see him. But especially in the spring or summer, they all do not like me because I'm like the stepchild in the neighborhood with the yard. Nonetheless, this is not what I am here to talk about. I've used 5 minutes, so I want to react to this audio book, and let's pull it up here. Curious to know, as a Christian in America, what you think about this. Let's pull it up here. So it's by Elias Shepard, and the name of this audiobook, it says American Churches Leaving KJV Roots and Embracing Political Flags. And I don't know if you can see the cover of the book there, but there's a Black Lives Matter banner and a LGBTQ, LMNOP, RSTUVWXYZ on the front of the church. I've seen this in person, and it triggers me beyond belief. It really does. In fact, I should. No, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say I should find the emails of all the churches that have this and email them this book, but yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time and energy. It's not gonna matter anyway. They'll just probably block it. But let's see if we can listen to this. And of course not. I have to sign up. It says start listening with a free spoken account. I can play the first minute. Let's just play the first minute, and we'll see if we need to sign up here. Okay. What happened? I don't hear anything. That's not a minute. Come on. Well, it says play first minute. That's obviously not a minute. So, okay, let's just sign up and get this out of the way. Let's sign up. I don't know. All right, let's sign up real quick here. Cause let's try to sign up with Google. Let's see here. All right, no, this is not working. It's incognito. Let's get out of incognito. How do I get out of incognito? Let's see. All right, give me a second here. I'm unprepared here. Let's get out of incognito because I don't feel like trying to guess what all these. Okay, let's see here. Da, 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 da. Let's go here. Sorry about that. I was not expecting. I thought it would let me play it. Well, apparently, does not let me just play it, so I have to sign up. Okay, let's sign up with my Google. I will pick my Reh Dogg here. Yes. All right. So if you guys ever sign up for Spoken, I am on here now, and my handle is Reh_Dogg. The things you do. What's my birthday? None of your business. None of your business. None of your business. I was born in 1979. I don't even care. Obviously, I'm singing a song. Who knows what that song is? Do you know what that song is? Any Smashing Pumpkin guys out there? Okay. Let's see here. It's forcing me to pick 3 channels I'm interested in. Let's see here. I'm interested in politics and society. Sounds good. Religion and spirituality sounds good. Let's see a third one. A third one. What do I want? Action adventure? No. Arts and entertainment? No. Biographies? No. Children's stories? No. Computers and technology? Yes, go with that. We are excited to have you. Before you begin, what brought you here? Actually, a YouTuber. I don't remember whose, but a YouTuber brought me. I saw him talking about this platform. YouTuber. There you go. Except, sorry, this is taking a little bit of time. I did not expect to. All right, let's see now. Okay, good. It seems like it's only 5 minutes long anyway. It's not a long book, but I just wanted to react to this. All right, let's go back here because it's a very interesting subject. All right, let's see. Okay, we're gonna. I don't see. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't see the desktop audio. It doesn't seem to be playing anything. Let's see. Let's go to properties and see what it's set to. It is set to headphones. All right, let's try this. Let's try this one. Let's see if it plays. Let's try this over again. Let's start over.
American Churches
Oh, here we go.
Leaving KJV Roots and Embracing Political Flag by
Okay.
Elias Shepherd's Ministry. In recent years, many American Christian churches have veered sharply from their traditional commitment to the King James Version.
So far, accurate. I don't see anything wrong with that statement right there.
KJV of Scripture, while simultaneously embracing political symbols and causes, most prominently Black Lives Matter, BLM, and LGBTQ plus flags.
I can't tell you how much it just infuriates me when I go and I drive by and I see a church with a Black Lives Matter and a LGBTQ flag, and then it says all are welcome. Let's just stop and pause right there. When you just meet from the outside looking in, when I see a church that has a Black Lives Matter and an LGBTQ flag outside of there, it doesn't make me feel like all are welcome there. What is making me feel is that that church is political and it's putting these symbols on the church that has nothing to do with the teachings of Jesus Christ. And so I would never go to a church with a Black Lives Matter or a LGBTQ flag out there. I just won't do it.
Outside their sanctuaries. Some have even opened the pulpit to transgender preachers and pushed policies aligned with the secular left.
That even furthers my infuriation that at this point the church is might as well put a satanic symbol outside of there because it's satanic. I'm not going to go and worship at a church with a satanic transgender preacher. It's just not going to happen.
Yet those same churches often remain silent on the profound loss of life caused by abortion.
This is so profound. This is absolutely true again. They don't say boo about about abortions happening. By the way, many black women are getting abortions, but yet Black Lives Matter don't care about those lives. Chicagoans, black and black crime, they don't care about that. That's how you know it's all political. You know, I have a friend that, and I know we our friendship mainly don't coexist. We don't coexist on fundamental things. My pastor would say, you know, I'm a Baptist, and he would say that we have our Constitution that we that we abide by in my church, and he would say there's primary things that we care about, and then there's secondary things. So a primary thing for me is lifting up Black Lives Matter because you're black and you feel that because there's the word black in there that it's something that you have to be a part of, not understanding that it's nothing to do with black lives. Again, if it had to do with black lives, many Chicagoans are killing each other, black on black crime. Do you care about that? How about all the black women who are committing murder to the abortion to the unborn babies? Do you care about that? No. So the friendship definitely we don't really say anything to each other at all. I mean, I offered him to work with me where I work now, but that's it just didn't happen. He Things went down that just it didn't wasn't meant to be. So, but I have I don't hold grudges anymore because it's not Christian like to hold grudges like he, which I don't know enough about churches that goes churches that go they worship on Saturdays like 7 days Adventist. I don't know what the other ones are, but that's just and they call it the Sabbath day, and they think that you're supposed to go to church on Saturday and rest on Sunday. I think it's kind of their principle, but I don't know about that. I it's something I have to actually ask my pastor about or look up if anyone knows this to be true about should you actually be going to church on Saturday and why would you say that versus Sunday? I'd be interested to know if you leave a comment there. But yeah, that didn't affect my friendship with him because he's still a Christian and we're two different denominations, but there's this for me that's not really a secondary or primary issue for me, but like if he was satanic or go to a Satanist church, one of these Black Lives Matter LBGQ churches, that could be a primary issue with me. I would have an issue with. So, but anyway, I'm not even sure why I got off on that rant. It's because it just bothers me that this is like the second time that political issues has cost me friendships. The first time it was about with Trump, and I warned my friend. He knew how I am with that stuff, and he just kept poking the bear. Kept telling him to stop, and we lost so many years of friendship because of that. I know that he does not like where I stand on this kind of stuff here either, because of family members that are this, and I can't. Hey, you stand with your family, and that's fine. And he don't have to say it to me, but I know that he doesn't like this. But it's not going to stop me from being truthful. My pastor would like me to be more graceful, but for me, there's certain matters I can be graceful about, and then there's others where I'm just gonna just flat out tell you. Even one of my friends from church, he's more of a be graceful, and he doesn't like it when I'm just bold like I am on certain things here. But anyway, I am veering off. Let's continue listening here.
Disproportionately affecting African American women and their unborn children. 1. Departing from KJV teachings. The KJV only movement, once strong in independent Baptist and fundamentalist circles, asserted the KJV's divine preservation and superiority. Its adherents, including figures like Jack Hyles, Jack Chick, and Peter Ruckman, championed the version as advanced revelation above all others.
Now, I don't know much about them, but one of the elders at my church, he he tells me, and which I know to be true, that the King James version of the Bible is the most accurate one from all the other ones, like the NIV and all these other ones, which we happen to use at our church. But when I study the Bible, I study using the King James version because that's the most accurate one. Now, admittedly, that's the most difficult one for me to understand because of the English in there, and I just get lost in that. So I mean, I used to be a part of. We have men's groups in our churches, and it's just it don't always happen, and sometimes life catches up to you, and you don't make it there, and before you know it, you're not going to the Bible study. So you have to be intentional and make an effort. I guess I have to. I'm speaking to myself here too.
But as modern manuscripts surfaced, scholars began cautioning against exclusive reliance
I thought I heard something.
on the KJV. Some recommended responsibly transitioning to modern translations like ESV and NASB for clarity and accuracy. Though such changes aim to aid understanding, the wholesale abandonment of KJV roots often coincides with slipping biblical authority and doctrinal compromise.
I knew I heard something. My mother, she's. What does she want here? Let's see here. No, I sent my mom this to get her opinion on this too. And she said give her until Sunday, but let's continue here.
2. Displaying BLM and LGBTQ flags. Churches across the country, including a Jesuit school in Massachusetts,
Guess where I'm from?
Nativity School, Worcester,
Where am I from?
have raised BLM and pride flags.
You know, I really feel the need. No, I'm not going to.
Actions later condemned by their bishop
Act. Oh, okay. Maybe there's hope here.
as mixed, confusing, and scandalous.
I could throw some stronger words in there, but I digress.
With respect to church teaching. Another case in Delaware saw a Presbyterian church flying such flags, drawing backlash from conservative Christians.
As well as it should. Any Delawareans, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, in the house? What do you feel about this?
Even Catholic leaders have stepped in to remove or rebuke these symbols. The question we must ask, are our churches worshiping Christ or reflecting our culture's political allegiances?
Now, obviously, that's a rhetorical question because the answer is undoubtedly they are not worshiping Christ. That's the one of the reason I like my church is because it's a it's centered around Jesus, and that's the only church I would go to. I don't if the church is not centered around Jesus and it's trying to tell me about Black Lives Mattering and the freaks come out at night mattering, yeah, go on with yourself.
Adorning our buildings with such symbols sends a message louder than any Sunday sermon. We have prioritized
That is true. Another great point there. Those symbols on your church send a stronger message than the sermon. It's true. If I drive by a church, let's just say I'm one of these freaks come out at night, and I see that flag up there, I'm not going there seeking Jesus at that point because being the freak come out at night, I'm not there yet. So I'm going there because I see that symbol that's saying I can come as I am, come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be, as a friend. That's not what it's supposed to be. You go in there and it's to repent of your wickedness and try to be transformed away from that lifestyle. But these churches, when you put these symbols up there, it's not telling you that you could be transformed into a man of God, a woman of God, or what have you. It's telling you I could come there and still be the freakish thing that I was.
worldly causes above the timeless gospel. 3. Transgender pastors and political alignment.
I need some water because this one's going to burn me up.
Some congregations now bless transgender clergy.
What can I say about that? I mean, yeah, let's continue.
And align their mission with liberal political agendas. This is at odds with historic biblical teaching on gender and the pastoral role.
You think? You think? Yeah, it is.
Sapphians 1 Tim 2:12, Gen 127. Churches once unwavering on Scripture now champion cultural narratives under the banner of inclusivity.
Which is another word for DEI. Where is it? I have to play. So if you don't know, I just came up with a new album, and this is probably gonna be one of the last. I just don't have time to do stuff like that. But a friend of mine had told me that a friend that I was close to at one point, he passed away, and it hit me harder than expected because I was stubborn because we had a falling out, and now he's gone. And so anyway, this album is banging. I love this album. It's let me see if I could play a song that's you know talking about DEI. That song is just banging. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. Let's switch so you can see. Let's pull this up here. Okay, no, that's still there. Hold on. Let me switch this out real quick here. Here we go. So this is the album right here. But let me play this DEI song here. I don't let me see. I'll play some of it. I won't play all of it. But where is it? The name of this the name of the song is One Big Lie DEI. So let's play some of this.
You didn't earn it, don't wanna hear it.
DEI.
Didn't earn it, no you didn't. You didn't earn it, don't wanna hear it. Didn't earn it, no you didn't.
One DEI. What is it?
Down.
One big lie. Say it again. D. Song is amazing and true. Say it again.
You didn't earn it, don't wanna hear it.
True.
Didn't earn it, no you didn't. You didn't earn it, don't wanna hear it.
That's right.
Didn't earn it, no you didn't. D-E-I.
One big lie. I love this song here, dude. This song is great. I want to play my verse and then I'll stop it. Yeah. This song doesn't it pump you up?
You didn't earn it,
Who didn't earn it?
don't wanna hear it.
Get it? Don't want to hear the DI. Didn't earn the DI.
No, you didn't. You didn't earn it. Don't wanna hear
I'm sure my friend won't like this song. The one who's into the Black Lives Matter stuff. DEI. D-E. What is it? One big lie. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it is. One wanna be a doctor, college low was the standard. Give you a passing grade, hospital hires you. I have cancer and need surgery. Look at your credential, I want someone else. The media calls me a racist. If you give in, then I'm gonna die because of your surgery, because you are a quack. Okay, so, which is very true. So, they would rather me be operated on someone because of their skin color, but not care about their qualifications, and then they kill me because they don't know what they're doing, and yet they would call me a racist because I don't want to be operated upon someone like that. But anyway, that was DEI, one big lie. Okay, let's get back to the subject at hand here. Just finish this up if I could find where is it. Goodness gracious, where is it? Okay, here we go.
4. The silent tragedy of abortion. Perhaps most tragically, many of these same churches allot no time or prayers for unborn babies.
This is so true. Even in my church, which infuriates me because sometimes I love my pastor. I love my pastor, but sometimes the message that he comes across with is obviously a left lean. I never asked his political leanings, but I just some of his messages I know he's take shots at the Republicans. I never hear him taking one shot at the Democrats. I remember one sermon because I'm on my videographer team as well as the security team, but I was in the videographer booth there, and it was something that he said, and it was obviously a TDS moment. And I said to my colleague next to me there, I said he knew because he knows knows how I am with that kind of stuff. It was infuriating. And even when I had my Bible study, some of the other guys, our church members, a lot of us are very conservative. So yeah, I didn't like that, and you know, one of my other guys who was in my Bible study, he didn't like it either. But I mean, he's tiptoeing on the line, but he's not on that line yet. But I don't like that. Don't talk about Republicans when you're not going to talk about the Democrats get abortion and killing babies and this transgender abomination stuff. If you're not going to mention that stuff, then don't tiptoe about Republicans about essentially saying that it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into it. That's not what I want to talk about. That's a subject for another day. But it just infuriates me when they bring leftist things into the pew, but they don't bring leftist subject matters into the pew, and they disregard abortions and transgenderisms you know he'd probably say, well, we have to be graceful with that stuff. Yeah, you want to be graceful about that, but when it comes to Republican things, you could just say what you want. That's how it works. Okay.
Around 900,000 lives ended annually in the U.S., and far too many of those are African American children.
Very true.
This failure to speak up is more than an oversight. It's a betrayal of the image of God, Gen 127,
Absolutely.
and an abandonment of our gospel duty to the most vulnerable. Conclusion. The drift away from KJV fidelity, along with the visual embrace of progressive flags, transgender clergy, and secular politics, mark a profound spiritual shift. The church must ask itself, have we lost the unshakable authority of Scripture by abandoning our KJV tradition? Do political symbols overshadow the cross in our public witness?
All these questions are rhetorical. Obviously, the answer is yes.
Are we aligning with cultural trends instead of standing for biblical truth? And most urgently, why does abortion, disproportionately impacting Black mothers and their babes, receive so little opposition from our pulpits?
So true. I'm gonna leave a link to this ebook that you should share and like and spread this word. You have to, because this is just on. It's just so truthful. It's only 5 minutes. It's not gonna kill anyone to take 5 minutes out of their day and listen to this. Send it to your Christian friends, your Christian family and friends, and get their opinion on this, because this is, especially if they have one of these banners at their church, ask their opinion on this.
To repent is not to resist compassion, but to redirect our efforts toward the unborn, the orphaned, the lost, and the oppressed. May we return to Scripture's authority, reject political compromise, and reawaken our voice for life. From conception onward. References. Bah.
Okay, so I'm gonna like this first of all because it's so true. I absolutely agree with everything there because it's so true. Curious to know what you think. Leave a like, share, and subscribe. And happy Saturday. It is a scorcher here. It's in the 80s. Tomorrow it's going to be 94. So, yeah, I'm going to be indoor in it for a little bit. I mean, my Chip loves it outside. He has this good sense to swim in the pool. Maggie does not like the pool, which is crazy. I just took them hiking earlier this morning. My day starts at 4 in the morning, whether or not I actually go to my day job or not. Sometimes, actually, I'm lying. Today started at 3:38 because they somehow wanted to wake up and go to the outside to the bathroom, which they didn't even go to the bathroom. But I've been on the go since then, so that's probably why I fall asleep earlier than expected. I don't think it's because I'm aging. With that may have something to do with it, but I'm waking up early. My day normally starts at 3:30 in the morning. So, of course, by 8 p.m., 9 p.m. at night, I'm done. I'm ready for bed. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm curious to know what you think about this. This will be in the description. And share this. This message is definitely worth sharing for sure. It's worth sharing. I'm curious to know what people think about this. And I'll see you next time.
Choose life, don't sleep around. Be responsible, silly clown. Prepare to get triggered. Get triggered. I am somebody, it may be your body, but it's my life. Be try putting me up for adoption. Get triggered.